morning, students. In this video, we will study about the decimal expansion of real numbers. So this topic little bit we have already studied in class 9th. So let us recapitulate a little bit. Now let us look at this rational number 7 upon 8. We know how to divide 7 upon 8. When we divide, we get 0.875. And what happens that after a certain number of steps, the remainder comes out to be 0. And when the remainder comes out to be 0, we say that the division process stops or ends or terminates. Therefore, it has terminating decimal expansion. So what is terminating decimal expansion? If after a certain number of steps, the remainder comes out to be 0. So the division ends or terminates. So therefore this rational number has terminating decimal expansion. Now let us look at another rational number 10 upon 3. When we divide 10 by 3, what happens? After every step, the remainder is the same 1, 1, 1 and 1. And the division process never completes because you will never get the remainder as 0. The division process never completes, so therefore it has non-terminating, but you will see over here that every time the remainder is repeating 1, 1, 1, so it has non-terminating but repeating decimal expansion because the remainder gets repeated every time. And what is the answer over here? 3.3333 and so on. This process continues, which can be written as 3.3 bar. Now let us look at this number. This is 1.01001001001 and so on. So over here you can see what type of decimal expansion this is. This is non-terminating. This is non-terminating but non-repeating. It is non-repeating. The digits are not repeating. The pattern is not repeating. Here it is 01, here it is 001, here it is 0001 and so on. Now let us look at this chart. You can pause the video and draw this chart in your classwork registers. So over here, irrational numbers, they have non-terminating, non-repeating decimal expansion. This chart we had drawn in class 9th also. Irrational numbers have non-terminating, non-repeating decimal expansion. Whereas rational numbers are which numbers? Which can be written in the form p by q, where p and q are integers and the denominator q is not equal to 0. Rational numbers have two types of decimal expansion. Either the decimal expansion would be terminating or the decimal expansion would be non-terminating but repeating. Now over here, if the decimal expansion of the rational number is terminating, then the denominator q, over here q is the denominator, then the denominator q is of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, where m and n are non-negative integers. Non-negative integers means all the positive integers including 0, or we can say that where m and n are whole numbers. So if the decimal expansion is terminating, then the denominator would be having factors 2 and 5, and both ways it is true. That is, if the denominator is of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, then the decimal expansion would be terminating. So both ways it is true. And if the decimal expansion is non-terminating but repeating, then the denominator q is not of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n. It means apart from 2 and 5, it can have some other prime factors also. Now let us solve some questions from exercise 1.4. In this question they are saying The following real numbers have decimal expansions as given below. In each case, decide whether they are rational or not. So we have to tell whether the number is rational number or not. So how will we decide? If the decimal expansion is terminating, then we will say that yes, it is a rational number. If the decimal expansion is non-terminating but repeating, then also we will say that yes, it is a rational number. Whereas if the decimal expansion is non-terminating, non-repeating, then we will say that it is an irrational number. Further, they are saying if they are rational and of the form P by Q, what can you say about the prime factors of Q? It means what can we say about the prime factors of the denominator? So let us start off with the first number. So over here we see that this decimal expansion is terminating, because here we don't have, it is the division process ends. We don't have dash 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 and so on. So definitely this has terminating decimal expansion. And if the decimal expansion is terminating, we know that the number would be a rational number. Now this is a rational number. After this they are saying if it is a rational number, then we have to tell about the prime factors of Q. So since the decimal expansion is terminating, so Q is of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, where m and n are whole numbers, or we can say that the denominator Q has prime factors 2 and 5. This question you can do in the book itself. Now we come on to the second number, 0.1201, 2001, 2001 and so on. So over here you can see that the division process is not ending. So it is non-terminating and the pattern is also not repeating. So it is non-terminating, non-repeating. And if the decimal expansion is non-terminating, non-repeating, then we know that the number would be an irrational number. So this is an irrational number. Now we come on to the third case. Over here, this is 43.12345678 bar. It means that this pattern is repeating again and again, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and then again 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and so on. So what type of decimal expansion it has? It has non-terminating but repeating decimal expansion. And if it has non-terminating but repeating decimal expansion, what type of number it is? It is a rational number. And they are saying if it is a rational number, what can you say about the denominator Q? So as we had written it in the chart, if the decimal expansion is non-terminating but repeating, then Q is not of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n. Or we can say that apart from 2 and 5, we can have some other factors also. Now let us solve some more questions from exercise 1.4. They are saying without actually performing the long division, state whether the following rational numbers will have a terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. So this is again an important question. If it comes in exams, it comes for 1 mark. So over here, the first number given to us is 13 upon 3125. So very first thing that we will do, we will write down this rational number in the simplest form. So if we can cancel it, we will cancel it and write it in the simplest form. Though this number cannot be simplified further. But if any rational number can be simplified further, first put it in simplest form and then you will follow the procedure. So I want you to write down this. This is very important. First write the rational number in the simplest form. So since this rational number is already in the simplest form, now what we do, we look at the denominator. The denominator is 3125. We do the prime factorization of 3125. and we obtain 5 raised to the power 5. Now 5 raised to the power 5 can be written as 5 raised to the power 5 into 1, and 1 can be written as 2 raised to the power 0. Now we see that the denominator is of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n. So therefore the decimal expansion would be terminating. So if this question comes for 1 mark, it will come for 1 mark. What you will do? You will first write the number in simplest form, then do the prime factorization of the denominator. If the denominator is of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, then you will write that the decimal expansion is terminating. Now question number 2 is interrelated to the first question. In the second question they are saying if the decimal expansion is terminating, then write down the decimal expansion. So if this question comes in exams, it comes for 2 marks. If they say write the type of decimal expansion, then it comes for 1 marks. And if they say write the type of decimal expansion, if it is terminating, then write the decimal expansion, then it comes for 2 marks. So this also we have to do it without long division. So we know that if we convert the denominator in powers of 10, then it is very easy to divide by 10 or powers of 10. We only have to shift the decimal place towards left hand side depending upon the number of zeros. So over here the number is 13 upon 3125, which we have written it as 13 upon 5 raised to the power 5. Now we have 5 raised to the power 5. We want it to be in powers of 10. So if I multiply it by 2 raised to the power 5, then this will become 5 into 2, 10 raised to the power 5. But if we multiply the denominator, then we also have to multiply the numerator by the same number. So this will become 13 into 2 raised to the power 5 upon 5 into 2 raised to the power 5 into 2 raised to the power 5, which on simplification 13 into this will become 32 upon this will become 10 raised to the power 5. 13 into 32, when we solve it, this is 416 upon 10 raised to the power 5. So when we divide this by 10 raised to the power 5, so decimal will shift 5 places towards left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the answer obtained would be 0.00416. Now let us take another question. The rational number given to us is 64 upon 455. So the very first thing that we check whether this number is in the simplest form or not. So this number cannot be simplified further. So it is already in the simplest form. Now we look at the denominator. The denominator is 455. We do the prime factorization of 455, which comes out to be 5 into 7 into 13. So it has, apart from 5, it has some other prime factors also. So since the denominator is not of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, so the decimal expansion would be non-terminating but repeating. Non-terminating but repeating. Now let us solve this question. The number given to us is 15 upon 1600. We can definitely simplify it. We cancel it, and on simplification we obtain it as 3 upon 320. Now we look at the denominator 320. We do the prime factorization of 320, which comes out to be 2 raised to the power 6 into 5 raised to the power 1. Now since the denominator is of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, so therefore the decimal expansion is terminating. And if it is terminating, we have to find out the decimal expansion also. So what we can do, we can write this as 3 upon 320. We can write it as 3 upon 2 raised to the power 6 into 5 raised to the power 1. We will try to convert the denominator in powers of 10. So 2 raised to the power 6 is there and we want 5 raised to the power 6. So that 2 into 5 will become 10 raised to the power 6. So 5 raised to the power 1 is already there. So now we multiply by 5 raised to the power 5. So we will multiply the numerator and denominator both by 5 raised to the power 5. We simplify it further, so we get 3 into 3125 upon 10 raised to the power 6, which can be written as 9375 upon 10 raised to the power 6. So we get 0.009375. The next number is 129 upon 2 square into 5 raised to the power 7 into 7 raised to the power 5. Let us check whether it is in the simplest form or not. So this is already in the simplest form. And over here we see that the denominator is not of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n. So therefore the decimal expansion is non-terminating but repeating. The next number is 6 upon 15. This can be simplified. So 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15. So on simplification we get 2 upon 5. Now since the denominator 5 can be written as 5 raised to the power 1 into 2 raised to the power 0. Since the denominator can be written in the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, so therefore the decimal expansion will be terminating. Now in the second question they have said if it is terminating then find the decimal expansion also. So first question and second question we are doing together. So let us find the decimal expansion 2 upon 5. We want the denominator to be in powers of 10. So we multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. So this comes out to be 4 upon 10, which can be written as 0.4. The next number is 77 upon 210, which on simplification gives us 11 upon 30. Now we do the prime factorization of the denominator. So this comes out to be 3 into 5 into 2. Now since the denominator is not of the form 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, so therefore the decimal expansion will be non-terminating but repeating. Now write down this extra question also in your register. If this question comes, it comes for 1 mark. After how many places will the decimal expansion terminate? The number given to us is 147 upon 120. Here they are not asking the type of decimal expansion. They are not telling us to write the decimal expansion. They are asking after how many places will the decimal expansion terminate. So first of all we write down this rational number in the simplest form. So this comes out to be 49 upon 40. Now we do the prime factorization of the denominator. So this comes out to be 2 cube into 5 raised to the power 1. Now we want to get the denominator in powers of 10. So we will multiply by 5 square. So what will happen? The denominator will become 10 raised to the power 3. So this is your answer. It will terminate after 3 decimal places.